What's up guys, I'm going to be showing you 5 unlootable loot rooms that technically still are viable options after the most recent patch fixing them. The first one is from Pablito, the second and third are either from Wurst or Tronan. I'm not sure who did it first. The fourth one is just an old one with a little twist that I put on it so that it's got 2 entrances for 1 loot room. That means they have to go through 2 doors and a wall. If they don't spam on the bag when it drops, if they do it incorrectly, they're not going to be able to reach the bag. And then the 5th one, I believe, is Wurst design as well. Sorry if I messed it up at all, but that is who I believe to have shown these first. They might not be the originators of them, but they are the influencers behind them. Before we get into the video on how to build these and going over the pros and cons of these unlootable loot rooms, I would appreciate it if you check the description below and follow me on Twitch if that's something you're interested in. I'm going to try to get a schedule set up for that, and I'll also have a Patreon link with some benefits if you participate in that. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first one is from Pablito, like I said earlier, and it works like so. And you can use a staircase on the other side to wall stack if that's what you want to do. So the way we build this is by putting a foundation, and then we will have another foundation, and this is where our boxes will go. You're gonna put full walls over here, and then your roof will go here. If you want stairs, I would put them first and upgrade them to armored. And then to put the wall above it, you just place twig. I have B grade enabled. This would be twig so that you can destroy it. And then you have your wall stack and you can place your roof in there. But before we get to that, we are going to want to get our boxes down, and you will angle them so that the corner just barely sticks out. This might be a little tricky to get on the first try. And then this one you can just place over in here like that. And then you'll come up here and place down your ceiling on there. And now you'll see that the corners stick out. And then you can put your roof in there. But remember, once you have the roof down, you won't be able to place anything on the side. So if you want to continue building off on the side, make sure you put that down. Otherwise, you will not be able to build anything over on the side. And you can put your roof up on the top. You can also fit 2 extra boxes in here for like charcoal or something, if you squeeze them in tight enough, like that. And you'll want to make sure you put your code locks on everything before you put this down, or before you put the roof down. And that is how you build this one. And also you'll have to put the boxes down after the roof if you would like these ones over here, which means if you want these ones over here, you have to put this down last to get your code locks on it. Next we have this one, which utilizes the bags falling down to a pit, and then you just access them like this. This one is fairly simple to build. You would want to find a hill and build a lower foundation, and then a higher foundation, a triangle or square depending on your base design, and then full walls like this. And you'll go behind your base, place twig like this so that we can place a triangle on the inside and on the top like that. can seal everything off and then come back and destroy our twig. And then you'll just place the boxes inside. Get your locks on there. Put a small box or a large box down right there so that it's a little bit easier to get these ones on the top placed. And then if you have a ceiling and auto crouch, it's pretty easy to jump into here. You can also place a small box right in the front if you want a little bit of extra storage. Put a half wall twig and then a half wall upgraded above it. And there you have it. If you want to add a bit of variation to it, you can put a bunker down underneath off to the side. And if you're in a duo, you can fill up these boxes quite quickly through this box. This is also a viable option for a solo as well. And then just putting this half height ceiling here makes it a little bit more difficult for raiders to deal with this. And I know people say that you can place stairs in here, but you would have to jump to place them in there. And even then, you would have to destroy at least this triangle to place a bag, because it's not possible to put a bag in here with this triangle there. So sorry for anybody who thinks that that works. It doesn't. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, you would just need a half wall right here. And then you could stabilize it with a full wall if you would like. And then pick a side for where you want your bunker to be at. And it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly like this, but this is something that would work well in a compact design if you're a solo player. And then you'd have to kill yourself to get out of here, so make sure you drop everything off in one of these boxes before you do that. And you can fit 3 in here while still being able to access them. And then the reason we would seal this off is for it to act like honeycomb. If anyone does come through this wall right here, they will still have to go through something to get the majority of the loot. And that's how you would go about adding a bunker off to the side of this unlootable loot room. You could also do other versions that are able to be opened and closed, and put your TC down in here maybe as well, like off to the side here. You could open this wall up and put a TC in here too if you wanted to. Get like a door or something so that if they come in here, they'd have to bust through a door to get to the TC, and you could put the TC like right here in the corner so that it's almost impossible to shoot out. And then we got this one, which is just a way to have multiple doors to one loot room. And you know, like depending on the design of your base, you could have different paths that lead to each of these doors. So they would have to spend the same amount going through all the doors, or they could just go through this floor. Now this one is also relatively simple. It's just a regular loot room, except we have triangles like this in front of it. And anything I destroy would be twig. If I do destroy it, it would be twig, so that you can destroy it in game. Code lock your boxes. You could place some smaller ones in here too if you wanted. And it always does help to put a ceiling down and have auto crouch to get in here. And then you would do some sort of pattern like this to block it off. And you would want to make sure whichever side you're on, you have this wall flipped the correct way so that they just can't pick through it. And then you would do something like this and add this onto your base. And then you would have some type of door here. And then you could create different types of paths from this. So this could just be like a furnace room going around. You know what I mean? Something cool you can do. Oh, I guess I got that backwards. You want this wall to be like that. And this wall to be like that. And don't forget about the little quarter walls and campfires to make it easier to get up in there, so you don't have to jump like crazy. And these little small boxes are going to be very hard to reach if you place them incorrectly, so make sure you place those correct if you want to have those in there. And then over here you have a little half height triangle to jump up in here on. Or you could just do it like that if you wanted to have something under there. And this one is nice just because of how compact it is and how cheap it is. So, you know what I mean? Let me just get rid of the excess stuff on this one. I can compare the prices. This one is probably the cheapest one, but you don't get a 4-box protection. You only get a 2-box protection. With this one, you get a 4-box protection. And then this one, you also get a 4-box protection. We also have this one over here, which would best be utilized by like bigger groups. And it is a bit more difficult to access all the boxes, but basically it's the drop-down shotgun trap quarter wall thing, and you access all the boxes from the ladders. And this does require a ladder BP and shotgun trap BP for this to be at maximum efficiency. And this one is also very simple to build. Your drop down area would be a triangle. Your loot room would be a square, and then however you would like to get up to the second story. In our case, we're just going to say we have stairs here. And then you would place this wall here. Your first set of boxes on the bottom. A twig half wall, so you can place this wall. And then you would leave this open if you don't have shotgun traps yet. Otherwise, you would place them about right here. And then on the bottom would be the best location to place a couple small boxes, if you so please. Then you can seal that off, make sure if you do put these in here, you get them in there tight. It is quite difficult to get those small boxes in there unless you do them first. And then this requires a BP for the ladder. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to get up and down in this base. If you're having a hard time placing the walls in any build, just place a twig floor down. Makes it a little easier. And then I would put this ladder pretty high up. This will be your exit ladder. And then this one would be your backup ladder to reach the other side. Because I know I myself have a difficult time reaching that box on the other side. And then getting in here is kind of annoying. But once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. Code lock all your boxes, put your shotgun trap about right here. And the reason we would do that is so we can load it up if it ever does run out of ammo. And then right here, we're gonna put a half wall so that we can jump to it. Probably it would be easier to have a ladder here. Oh, and don't forget to put your shotgun trap in there. And this way, when somebody enters your base, they will have an extremely difficult time with this loot room if they decide to not blow a wall. I mean, I would probably just go through this wall, and you would want to upgrade that to armored at least, and even potentially have honeycomb here with a different route up to the floor right here that goes down. And then you just access the boxes up higher with the ladders. Anybody that jumps down here is going to die absolutely from that. And incendiary rockets may splash in there, but definitely one rocket will not take out all 3 shotgun traps. And you can fit more shotgun traps in on the side if you have some shotgun trap skill. You can place some in here on the side while you're building it as well. So you could have up to 9 shotgun traps in this 2.5 story tall loot room. I like this one a lot. This one is very effective, but it is also expensive to build. So keep that in mind if you're going to have this. It does offer a lot more storage than our other options, but it does cost pretty much twice as much as all 3 of these. My favorite would be the Evil Wurst one. And then my second favorite would be this Tronan one. This one from Pablito, I would probably use in a very specific type of bunker base. And it would not be a very large base, and I'd probably build more than one of them, like multiple bases. And then this one is just something for like if you have some honeycomb that you would like to turn into a storage area. Instead of just having an empty square as honeycomb, you could turn it into a loot room like this. That's why I included this one within the video. You know how people will sometimes have like this is their entrance, and they've got like honeycomb right here. You could put furnaces in here, have some extra furnace space within your honeycomb, but keeping it as honeycomb by doing something like this. It's the same concept on the loot room. If this half wall will work with me here. It's the same concept for this loot room right here as the furnace in the honeycomb, or workbench in the honeycomb concept. So same deal, pretty much the same thing right here. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of these loot rooms. If there's any other options that I haven't included within this video that I am unaware of, please send me some images on Discord, and if I have some really good ones that I'm unaware of, I may make a video on its own for those as well, or we can keep it low-key between us within the Discord. So make sure you go check the Discord, because if I decide to do that, I will release the information to everybody that's in the Discord, but not to YouTube. So if you have any unlootable loot room designs of your own that are not famous within the game, go drop those in my Discord DMs. Let me know about that. I'm very interested in seeing what you guys come up with. Also, make sure you check out the links in the description if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon. I just created it. I would appreciate any support from you guys there. If you are not interested in the whole Twitch scene, I'll have some special bonuses on Patreon for the rest of my YouTube subscribers. Thank you guys for helping us hit 6,000 subs. We're almost about to hit 1 million views. It's pretty crazy. I appreciate all of your support. I love hearing all your feedback on every one of my videos. I read every single comment, so please don't be too mean if I screw something up or I'm not doing things the way you want. I'm going to try in the future to stick to what you guys want, like the layout of the video and everything. I might start writing scripts or something so that I speak a little less stupidly, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Check out all the links in the description. Leave a comment on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys next time.